we're going to discuss the offense. So the first thing we're doing on the offensive side is better borrowing. The way that you borrow is going to be a little bit different than obviously the way that you was doing it before you understood this. So the first thing is we're going to talk about is the personal credit profile. The personal credit profile needs to be a 700 plus FICO with at least 50,000 in credit, 10 plus credit trade line. How are you going to do this? Through the credit repair service, through the credit building service, and then finally through the credit funding service. So that's what you're trying to set up with your personal credit. But before we even did that, if you look down here, step one, we're going to either set up your trust or your Wyoming holding company. If you have the ability to set the trust up, you do that first and connect the Wyoming holding company. But you want to set one of those up first. And as you can see, it says use your personal income to either repair and build your personal and business credit profiles. You could also do this through another person or through an investor. But that's step one. And then what we're going to do is then we would focus on that personal credit profile, getting it up to that 700 plus FICO with about 50K in credit and, 10 plus trade lines. From there, and like I say, that should take 30 to 90 days. From there, we move on to the business credit profile. Here, you should have a 75 plus Paydex we're looking for about 100K plus in credit, in business credit in total. And then you want at least 10 plus credit trade lines as well on your business profile. How are you going to do that? Through credit building services. They have primary and authorized trade line acquisition services that you can use. Credit funding services, which is kind of the slow way, but it works every time, where you just systematically go from tier 1, tier 2, tier 3, tier 4, and you'll eventually check off the 75 plus Paydex. You'll check off the 10 plus credit trade lines, and then you'll be able to start building your way up to that 100K credit limit. Once you have done that, we then want to go ahead and move over to C, step 4, which is you're either going to build and or buy a business. And you're going to do this by using 20% of your personal and business credit. So in the example I used above, that's about 50K. About 30K. So you're going to take about 30K of that and you're going to invest it in, whatever it is that you were learning in pillar 2, which we discussed in the other video, whether that's e-commerce, real estate, trading, private equity, whatever it is. You're going to take that money and put it in and start to generate immediate cash or cash flow with it. So as you can see down here, you got cash or cash flow created. Then you got a debt created because remember, you pulled some of that money off from the credit. So now you have debt created. But as long as the cash or cash flow is more than the debt, you keep repeating the cycle. And as you can see, that's what it does. It comes back up here and then you repeat the cycle. And we break that down in steps here, telling you exactly what you need to do. The visual diagram is at the top, but as you can see, step 1, the green circle is your business. That's your trust or your Wyoming holding company. You can see step 2 is the orange circle. That's your personal FICO report and your score. Step 3 is the red circle, business B, which is your business Paydex, your report and the score. Step 4 is the yellow circle. That's your business again. This is going to be the cash or the income producing asset or the cash flow vehicle where you can start making money that you're going to be able to feed back to step 1, the green circle. And then it says step 5, you repeat the process until you reach your cash and targeted monthly income goals. Now, and then the steps for that, the journey you're going to take is obviously you do your credit consultation. You get your credit at step 2, you get your credit education process begins. Step 3, credit repair, personal. The goal is no negative items. Step 4, credit building, personal, 5 to 10 trade lines. The goal is actually 10, and authorized users if you need them to get that 50K goal. Step 5 is credit building, personal. We're going to do, business now, credit building business. 5 to 10, but the goal is actually 10. And now we're looking to get about 50K. And then step six, credit funding, personal and business. And when you go in and you match your personal credit with the business, you can get anywhere between low end 20,000, high end 250. So we're looking for anywhere between 100 to 250 is the goal. And then step seven, you're going to build or buy a business, as I said, with 20% of the credit obtained. So if you're building, then it's cash focus. So that's pillar four. Because obviously, if you're building a business, you have to focus on cash and not cash flow right at the beginning. If you buy a business, you're focusing on cash flow. So that would be pillar five.